Hi, this is Linda Shea with Drilling Contractor. I'm at the 2019 IADC Advanced Rig Technology Conference in Amsterdam. I have with me Asad Mohanna, who is Vice Chairman of the IADC ART DCS Subcommittee. Asad, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Linda.
So I understand that the subcommittee is starting a new project to look at drilling rig sensors. Can you tell us why this topic is important now?
Yeah, so the DCS subcommittees come up with this Rig Sensor Stewardship project, which really entails putting together a list of guidelines for drilling contractors to maintain their sensors. Why is that important today? Is because the volume of data that we're getting today, whether from geological oil reservoir data or rig equipment performance data, is increasing exponentially. And we can't speak of data science and AI without trusting the data that we get. The example that I can give around that is, how to optimize your performance if the top drive torque measurement is not accurate. The other one is how can you stop things like stuck pipe without being able to communicate well with the well you're drilling. And the last example I'll give around that is condition-based monitoring. For you to manage and extend equipment's life and shift from a time-based to a condition-based maintenance system, you need to trust this data and get a reliable data generation process. So I'll say this would become a foundation, this Rig Sensor Stewardship project, a foundation for rig automation, data science, AI, and the DDR Plus initiative that the IADC has also taken.
And can you tell us a little bit about the scope of the project and how the committee hopes to tackle development of these guidelines?
Yeah, so we're taking a ranking approach. So we're gonna address the list of sensors based on safety criticality and operational criticality. We're going to rank them from the most critical to probably the top 10 or 15 or 20. We understand there are thousands of sensors on rigs, but we'll probably address the most important ones. We've created a working group that has a group of volunteers from various organizations that will help draft those recommended practices and guidelines. And we'll use the first one or two sensors as a start, as a proof of concept. We'll go out there and draft those guidelines based on internationally recognized standards for maintaining sensors, but to us, they'd be specific to the rigs. We'd make sure that the age of the rigs would be inclusive as well of newer, but also not so new rigs as well. And with three things in mind, really. Calibration of the sensors, frequency, as well as accuracy to some extent.
And can you tell us how these guidelines that are being developed relate to the work that's being done by the API, Subcommittee 8, and the OGDQ?
Yeah, that's another important initiative that's going around data quality. So the OGDQ, or the Operators Group for Data Quality, has partnered with the API to draft their own verification process for data quality. So really, what they're coming up with and what their initiative is about is to come back to the drilling contractors community and test the data quality that they're generating. What the Rig Sensor Stewardship project does is get the drilling contractors prepared for when the OGDQ's initiative perhaps becomes contractual language. Then those initiatives become really handy for them to use.
Well, thank you so much for being here, Asad, and for telling us about this exciting project.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Linda.
And thank you for joining us on drillingcontractor.org.